Oh, God. That's not cool. My dog would be in so much trouble if he did that. So much trouble. He goes in my brother's room, and my brother leaves, like, food in his room. Like, stashes of, you know, chips or whatever. And, like, snacky stuff. And he doesn't really have his own, like, spot in the kitchen. He kind of does, but it's not very big. And I have crap in there. So, yeah, he leaves food in his room. So if he leaves his door open, my dog goes in there and, like, eats it. Just devours. Like, he devoured a half bag of white cheddar popcorn. That was frustrating. He got in big trouble, though. I honestly don't think he'll ever learn to not do that. Because, I mean, I feel like any dog, if you leave them alone, like completely alone, they will just eat whatever they want to eat. I mean, I could be wrong. If it's food, they may not tear up your stuff, but... Oh, that's cool. I've been seeing a lot of family, too. What am I supposed to do here? Read the Whirlwind. Search for the merchant. Oh. Right there. Hey, you're a lion scandaling whore. Man. You can see her in the corner and it's funny. You again? Why are you pursuing me? Because you're dumb? Sedition? Treason? Revolution? That's preposterous. Who has filled your head with these lies, refugees? The self-same refugees who terrorize the streets of Ulda? Ha! You have no evidence to prove your accusations. None. No, I will not accompany you to the Hall of Flames. You have no right to detain me. I am? For the sake of argument, let us say I did do the things you claim. Surely you don't think I give a kicker's arse about politics. It was business. Only business. So you did do it. You just said so. Right. Exactly. We both know I'm not the one you want. However, if you agree to protect me, I swear I shall tell you everything. LOL. Sorry, that was funny. What's all this commotion? Seven hells. He has cool eyes. They're purple. Tell the others to spread out and search the area. The killer may still be close. He's up on a mountain. Just look up, you little short staff. Short stuff. Hold, adventurer. I would know more about your relationship with the victim, as well as the events leading up to his death. This man was responsible for the recent riots? Mayhap we owe this murderer a debt of gratitude. In any case, it is obvious you are... Why am I using a deeper voice? I always use high-pitched weird voices for these little dudes. Oh well. In any case, it is obvious you are not the one whom we seek. You may carry on with your investigation, Scion. Thanks. Bye. Bye. Hey, I just want to go... Oh, there we go. Yes. Lots. Everybody wanted to see her. Like the other day. I think it was Friday. Yeah, it was when I raided and my mom came and watched her for a couple hours. And I, died inside every time I heard her cry while I was raiding. But it was it wasn't time to eat. So there wasn't anything I could do. You know? I don't want to overfeed her, and she's like her dad. Look, she'll just eat everything. I mean, obviously not everything, only one thing, but she'll eat anytime that she's allowed to. That's not true. That's okay. I'm exaggerating. She eats really often. Let me just say that. And so yeah, when my mom was here watching her and I was raiding, before that, Ed's parents were over too. And my mom was visiting and stuff, and it was, you know, pre-planned or whatever. And his mom calls me, and she's like, hey, I'm having baby withdrawals. I'm bringing over pizza. I was like, okay. No shame. No shame on the bribe at all. I was like, great, whatever. So they come over, and I'm just thinking, okay, as long as we don't have, like, a grandma fight. It's funny. It is worth the money. It is definitely worth the money to King Zeus. I won't quit WoW because I'm dedicated to my guild. There are a lot of guildies that I've played with for many, many years, and they're like family. And I just don't want to leave WoW. I'm a Blizzard girl, but this is definitely worth the money. I'm paying for 2 subs, if that tells you anything. WoW and Final Fantasy. Yes, Mike Man is a fanboy. But I agree with him. Anyway. I wouldn't, if you're talking about this, Mike Man, I wouldn't say it's healthy, but it's not really that bad. I use the zero nicotine right now. Thank God that I'm, like, still satisfied with that. But, so I'm like inhaling vegetable glycerin. That's like all I'm inhaling. But it's the act of doing, you know, going through the motions, because I was a smoker since I was like 13, all the way up to when I started using this. I quit like 3 times for maybe 6 months to a year, but then I started using this again, or this, and I've been on it ever since. I guess for a year or 2, a year at least. I don't really know. Anyway, yeah. That. So I'm not even ingesting nicotine. It's kind of silly, most people would say, but whatever. I gotta send a picture to Dad because he sent a random. Oops. A random I love you text, and those are sweet. Hold on. Shadow, you're not close enough. You're not close enough to take a picture of both of you. Sorry. I'm like texting while I'm streaming. That's probably really annoying, but look, my family's important to me, okay? Okay. Swift, what's up? What news, Tierney? Where's the merchant? I don't know if I am using the same voice. Murdered? Damn it all, to 7th hell. He was not simply murdered, Tierney. He was silenced. Too many know his face, and he was ready to divulge his secrets. Do not despair, though. We may be closer to identifying the true orchestrator of these riots than you realize. That's amazing, Mike, man. Congratulations. That's what I did too. One time I quit cold turkey, and that was about a year. And then another time I gradually went down, and then I quit for like a matter of months, and then I picked up the e-cig because I wanted to smoke cigarettes again, and I was like, no, so I got an e-cig. And it's better. And then I worked my way down in the nicotine levels to 0, and then I just kind of kept using that. I kind of figured I would lose interest after a while, but haven't. Flame General left word that you were to proceed to the Fragrant Chamber as soon as you returned. He wishes to discuss your recent discoveries, as well as the results of our own investigation. Master Alphanot has already been informed and should be waiting for you outside. Pray proceed to the Royal Promenade with all haste and speak with Bartholomew. The other thing about the e-cig is it's nice to be able to just do it inside, because I would never smoke inside. I used to, in my old house. Like, it was just not as new of a house. It didn't really matter to anyone, so we just smoked inside. And everyone smoked that lived there. But in this house, Ed doesn't smoke. And so, and it's newer, like, it's been remodeled and everything. And so I'm like, when we moved here, I would always go outside. And then after a very short while, the thought of smoking inside was disgusting. Like, just you know? Like, I'm not going to judge anyone who does that. But once you get used to not, it's like, oh, where do I go? Oh. Not here. Okay. What is this called? Alchemist Guild? No. What's that one called? Airship? No. What? That's the thing. Oh, does it say Hastings Strip on the... Okay, good. I thought she was spitting up. That would be sad. I burped her for like a while, so she shouldn't be. Okay. I need the thingo. Chamber of Rule. See, how do you know? Oh, way cheaper, dude. So, this is a new one. Actually, I have the tank left over from my old one, which was like $30. Another brand came out. It was like $23 for the same thing. You get the battery, the tank, the atomizer, and the charger for $23, and they were giving you a 15 ounce or less, not ounce, milligram, thing of liquid, and those are like $15, $10, depending on the brand. So if you get the vegetable glycerin, the place I go is like $15 for one of the big bottles, and those things last me so long. Like, they last me like a few months. It's crazy. What am I doing? So you think about it, $23, and the last one I got that was $30, a different brand, lasted me a year and a half at least. Like, I couldn't remember for sure, but I'm like, yeah, it's been at least a year and a half. And they say they're only supposed to last 6 months, but they last way longer. So you buy your stuff, and then the atomizers at the place I go, they're like $10 for 5. So they're basically $2 a piece, and you really only need to replace them every few months. I replace them a lot slower than other people do, I think, but I don't notice the hit. Really, all it is it starts to get kind of clogged in there, and then it doesn't hit as hard, and I don't notice it because it's so gradual. So when I switch mine out, I'm like, holy crap. So yeah, for like 3 months time, you can get by with spending like $35 if you vape as little as I do, which is actually kind of a lot. I think I started doing it more when I was like, oh, it doesn't have nicotine, it's not as bad for me. Bye, Graham. Ounces, yeah. Do you imagine ounces of liquid? Whatever works for you. Zeus. I'll just call you Zeus for short. Patch and hard candy. There you go. Cool. I caught up. We've been expecting you, madam. Please proceed inside. You know what? I kind of want to start getting these things because I'm not going to have people that use this stuff. Although eventually I'm going to want to use other classes. So I'll go ahead and get the gear. Ivy, yeah. Oh my god, I love that little girl. Her head's kind of like slanted right
Commander
now.
Swift has kept us apprised of
keep
your
it.
recent activities. You've made great strides towards quelling the violence.
Despite our best efforts to determine what provoked this uprising, the truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
This information does not leave this room. The Syndicate's decision to reject the Doman refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination. Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate. Demonstrations which became heated, but but did not descend into violence. Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a demonstration loosed arrows upon unarmed protesters. It was this atrocity which prompted the refugees to take up arms. I need not tell you what followed.
We assumed at first that the attack was born of a miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated. Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had offered him coin to give the order. A merchant in the employ of Teleji Adeleji.
Teleji Adeleji. But he spoke in favor of the Doman's cause, and has ever seemed sympathetic towards the refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing?
Know you of the Cartano Reclamation Bill? It is a proposal to annex the Cartano Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
When last I looked, that was disputed territory.
Aye. Some might even call it a battlefield.
I just want to snug her. Like, when I'm not holding Katie, I just want to snug her and I miss her. I mean, to respawn, for those of you who, you know, may not know her name's Katie.
The destruction wrought by Bahamut was greatest at the Cartano Flats. That much is common knowledge. What is less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Alagon ruins, of which no record existed. There are certain differences of opinion as to how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day. Yet differ though we may, we are still allies. Therefore, in the interest of preserving the Eorzean alliance, we have reached an agreement. Any conflict which may arise during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations between our nations. In full knowledge of this delicate state of affairs, Teleji Adeleji proposed the Cartano Reclamation Bill. A shameless bloody ruse which stands to benefit him in but one conceivable way. If successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory under the guise of assisting in the resettlement effort. And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every Alagon ruin.
Oh, he started a sentence with "and." Come on, Square. Everyone does it. It drives me nuts. Sorry.
The man would threaten the unity of the Eorzean alliance and risk countless lives for personal gain.
Why does he sound like a girl?
He walks a path all his own, independent of any faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the Syndicate.
By inciting the less fortunate to violence, he hopes to convince others that the Cartano Reclamation Bill is the only viable solution. His sympathy for the plight of the Domans was not but posturing to gain credibility with
Oh,
refugees.
I was really
Of
confused.
that there can be no doubt.
I see that now. I'm so silly.
Forgive me, but what could possibly motivate Teleji Adeleji to go to such lengths? What is so special about these ruins that he would risk his position on the Syndicate, and, most likely, charges of treason against the Sultanate?
Omega.
Pardon?
An Alagon monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon. Mayhap larger, we know not. It has yet to be fully excavated. Allagan inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself. If accurate, it might explain why Nail Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down upon the Cotonou Flats. Given the ends he went to ensure Eorzea's annihilation, destroying the one weapon which could stay the Elder Primal may well have seemed like good sense.
When first I bore witness to the power of the Ultima weapon, I doubted the evidence of my senses. And now you tell me there is another such weapon. One which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut!
Aye, we were skeptical ourselves. Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had been mistranslated.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased to function. As such, its true potential cannot accurately be gauged. However, if someone were to restore it, as the Garleans did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
Power enough to subjugate Uldar like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides. Which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have it.
That he should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
'Tis in acknowledgement of his own limitations that he seeks this power. Oh, but
Oops. I spaced out and I clicked. My bad. Wish you could go back.
There's no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in Uldar.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
Why even come out of the cutscene? Okay. I should be glad to know the truth, and yet... Okay, come on, Alphanod. Come out. The thought that all this chaos was the product of one man's lust for power sickens me. How long do you think they intend to hide the existence of Omega from the Scions? That they even felt the need to do so is most troubling. It would be in our best interest to learn more of the military activities in the disputed territories. You are, of course, the Scion best suited to this task. To every task, apparently. Sergeant Manai, do take a moment to visit Maelstrom Command and make inquiries at the earliest available opportunity. Begone, whelp. There's no place for children. Oh. Babby. I'm sorry. Oh, Babby. So sorry, Babby. No, I'm not getting much sleep. I was looking for you, miss. People said you were looking for the man who left with my parents. You know this girl. Yeah, I met her outside. She was crying, like she is now. So, he visited Stone Throw as well. I see. Did you find the man? Were my parents with him? They were not, I am afraid. However, I can think of several places they might be. If you like, we can go and look for them together. Really? You'll help me look, mister? Oh, Alphanod. Of course, but first, I must needs finish speaking with my friend. She's telling me a secret, you see, so no one else is allowed to listen. Mayhap you could wait for me by that pillar over there. We require but a moment. Okay, mister, I'll be waiting. I'll take her to the quicksand. Mayhap Momodi will know what to do. Legion of Guardians, an ether-starved primal. Even dealing with an Scion would be preferable to this charade. Sometimes I fear Minfilia is too ambitious. We rush hither and yon in response to threats as they arise, without concern for the strain it places on our limited resources, and ourselves. Oh, I accidentally turned on my foot massager? Oops. Mayhap the time has come for a change. Tyranny, it's Minfilia. I know this is sudden, but I must ask you to return to Remnant's Troll with all due haste. The situation in the Twelveswood has taken a turn for the worst. I will explain in detail once you arrive. The Twelveswood? And then the primal threat she spoke of before has been confirmed. I have received no reports of XIV activity, which leaves the Sylphs. Go, Tyrion. You know as well as I that the appearance of a primal takes precedence over all else. Oh, and when you arrive, do inform the Antecedent that, while I am grateful for her concern, she needn't fear for my safety. I am more than capable of protecting myself. The bats are stopped. I wonder if it has a timer. Hello, Bubba J.